All right, so let's see what happens here. We're tied up 1-1 in the finals. It's Morrow versus NightEnd, game number 3.
Link engaged.
So here we are at ones. We're on Scrap Station. Spawning in the bad position on the right side is mouzMorroW. Spawning in the good position, but typically more so for Zerg, we have PraeNightEnD.
You know, that is actually quite true, sad as it is. How those positions are a little bit different. If you're wondering why that is, for Zerg specifically, it takes 2 creep tumors to get creep down your ramp at the right position, whereas it only takes 1 on the left side.
You know, another thing that's interesting that I found is on the right position, you can block this destructible debris with 1 pylon. And on the left side, for some reason, you can't do that. So I'm not sure why that is, but another thing I've noticed in my random shenanigans on the ladder.
Yeah, I guess you must have some random shenanigans if you're blocking that off with 1 pylon.
Got a fairly quick probe here for NightEnd, so not sure if he wants to block the expansion. Of course, fast expansion, really nice for Zerg here. They feel pretty safe, or if he's up to something else. Looks like he's going to run in and just check the expansion. Nothing there thus far. And let's see what he does with this probe. No, just blocking. Let's see how Morrow responds. Up to 200 minerals. Going to make a pool.
Yep, Morrow is a broken record man. He is doing the same build every single game. Now, NightEnd, will he do the same build? This also, just like it's a good map to fast expand a Zerg, this is a good Nexus first map. It takes Zerglings about a day and a half to get around the map, so you can actually go Nexus and then Forge quite easily here. And as long as you keep your scouting up pretty well and keep some map awareness, you can defend anything that Zerg can really send at you. So, kind of interesting that he's choosing to actually just wall in this gigantic double ramp.
Actually, I believe there was a game earlier in the round, or earlier in the tournament, Morrow against, I want to say it was against Sokka, on a Scrap Station, where Protoss went for a fast expansion, and Morrow just completely went roach all in and broke him. So Morrow does have, I guess, a few tricks up his sleeve for dealing with that, but looks like we're not going to see that this game, as he is going as standard as could be, sending out the drone. Looks like the probe got tired, now going to come back and chase that drone. We've got 4 Zerglings on the way. I feel like I've watched this game at least 2 times today. And NightEnd, you know, he's been very similar as well. He's done that 3 gateway, a lot of sentries into expand, into 1 cannon. So let's see if he does that as well.
Yeah, and I'm feeling it from him, Jill. I think that's exactly what we're going to see. You know, his second gas timing is good. Saving some chrono boost, throwing up that second gateway already to help fix that wall in up for him a little bit, and starting his first sentry with a chrono boost. So looks like we are going to see the same builds, but this map, the architecture is just so completely different. The game definitely will not look like the game that we just saw.
Right.
If it does, I'm going to look pretty stupid, but I mean, they're just so far away from each other that NightEnd should not be able to just hit, you know, a 2 base 140 food, you know, start walking out and giggle at the Zerg army.
Yeah, I guess the most interesting thing for me is to see how Morrow takes the mid-game unit composition, if he's going to stick with roaches, or as you said, Mute is also very viable on Scrap Station, and I think mutas are something that haven't really fully been explored in Zerg vs. Protoss, of course, getting slightly crushed by Blink Stalkers and Phoenixes, but in the right situation, in the right game, they can do really well.
Yeah, that's quite true. I mean, this map takes a while for Stalkers to walk around, so obviously Mutalist harassment can be quite good. And interesting here, I love where he put his 3rd gateway in NightEnd's base. Notice it's on the edge, near where the Overlord went out. Now, I want to say that this is, again, a complex mind game from NightEnd. I hope I'm not actually giving him too much credit, but the Overlord sees that, and the Zerglings have seen 2 gates at the front and seen sentries, right. So Morrow right now might be like, oh, okay, same build as always. NightEnd is like me, you know, he only does 1 build. But there is a Stargate in NightEnd's main base, so he might actually be going for some sort of Void Ray timing attack.
Ooh. And just to be clear, I mean, Morrow has not seen the Stargate. He's seen everything else but the Stargate. But meanwhile, in Morrow's base, he's got the evolution chamber. So Morrow could be the kind of player who has a build that's kind of safe against everything a little bit. So he's already got this evolution chamber down, which will give him access to spore crawlers if he decides he needs them. And he's actually pushing out with Sentry Zealot. It does look really similar to what we've seen thus far. He's going to chase this Overlord away a little bit. A little tickling action out of the sentries. Is he actually going to get it? No, he's not.
No, they just tickle, Chill. You can't kill someone by tickling them. Don't be silly. But no, I thought it was going to be a timing attack, but it looks like he's just going to make the Void Ray to harass a little bit, perhaps, because he has thrown down that Nexus. So this is a very interesting build. Definitely not what I was expecting to see from NightEnd. But I'm excited to see where he goes with it, because he just kind of has that one Void Ray sitting in the side of his base.
And he just canceled his Nexus, so this could be like 10th level mind games here, as he's now bringing the Void Ray out.
Oh, wow.
Gonna wall himself in. He's chrono boosting out another Void Ray, so it looks like it's gonna be, the mind gamiest mind game of all-ins that you've ever seen.
Yeah, this is pretty mind gamey, Chill. Totally awesome to see this, and Morrow actually gonna see that with an Overlord, so he's gonna have a little bit more time to prepare than I think he should have. But he did see the Nexus. Now I think he's going to realize that it has been canceled, and he is going to have to be very careful with this, because that Void Ray is going to do insane damage to the Roaches once it gets charged up.
Right, and second Void Ray now joining the army. He's got this proxy pylon finish, NightEnd does. He's going to work on the destructible debris, charging up the Void Ray, and giving access for the rest of his army. Taking a look at the supply count, 67 for NightEnd, 92 for Morrow, but he doesn't have a lot that hits air besides Queens, and he hasn't united the creep. So with the destructible debris down, Guardian Shield goes up, a couple of force fields isolating the Roaches, and now the Void Rays can go to work, but the Zealots cannot get in there. More force fields as the Stalkers go to work, and Void Ray getting taken down fairly quickly here.
This is actually pretty crazy. These Void Rays doing a good job. They are charged up, or at least one of them is, and it looks like Morrow might be taken out here. He's got a lot of Stalkers left over. The Void Ray is doing insane damage right now, and oh my, this has been great, Chill. I mean, he is doing so many mind tricks on mind tricks, and Morrow, this is like Nesty-esque. I thought he was going to be dead there for a second, but suddenly all these Zerglings popping out. He's got those 3 Queens, only 1 Void Ray left, and NightEnd is looking like he is maybe on the ropes now. He's got to break Morrow very quickly, or Morrow's superior economy is going to kick in.
Right, and in this small surface area, you want to have large battles against large battles, so having a small army like this, not so good for NightEnd. His Void Ray gets sniped. Zealot's going to be able to tank a lot of the damage from the Zerglings. Morrow's got a lot of Queens here. 3 Queens, Hydras, Roaches in the fray, oh my. And looks like he's actually going to be able to hold this. I'm really surprised. Nice transfusion on the Queen, and NightEnd has completely been repulsed. Looks like he's going to be making another Void Ray and going to be bringing in more units, but with these Hydras out, Hydra's so strong against Gateway units and do very well against Void Rays as well. I don't think NightEnd has a leg to stand on.
No, he does not. He better be sitting down, because he is about to get slapped by these Hydras, Chill. Awesome mind games by him, but Morrow really decisively holding that. Those Queens did just such a great job, and as NightEnd sees those Hydras, I think he's going to be thinking to himself, oh no, I mean, I tricked him so many ways, and still, yet he held me somehow, some way. This is an amazing hold by Morrow, but definitely I cannot see any way for NightEnd to end up winning this.
Yeah, a really cool build, but kind of emphasizes the fact that solid play wins out in the end. A lot of Hydra's going to be able to take out this Stalker-heavy composition there. Little bit of Void Ray micro, but he knows good game, well played, he knows it's over. So really, really impressive by Morrow there.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was dead. All these times these Protosses get in there, it really reminds me of a game Nest T play. I don't know if you saw that one, where it was almost the same exact circumstances, yet top macro Zergs, man, they sometimes hold stuff that you can't even imagine.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. It's like the game is broken when they play.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, it's now 2-1 in Morrow's favor. He's showing just amazing play, losing only the 2-base timing attack that we saw from NightEnd. Now, will they do similar builds next game? I have a feeling NightEnd certainly will, and Morrow, I would bet my house on it.
Well, I know you happen to live in a Korean mansion, so I will take that bet. And kind of amplifying what you just said there, it looks like NightEnd is going to choose Metalopolis for his map, and I think that's something that does favor that kind of 3-gate expand that we've seen many times here. So I would also like to join you in that bet. I think we're going to see very similar builds to what we've seen thus far.